Welcome to the Chesterton Academy of Our Lady of Victory's production of The Merchant of Venice. Please silence your cell phones and other electronic devices. Also, actors will be moving through the audience, so please remain in your seat throughout the performance and do not sit on the floor or in the aisles. This performance will be recorded. Please be cognizant of the camera and tripod as you move through the audience area. There will be one 15-minute intermission during this performance. Finally, we ask that you would please help keep our community and equipment safe by keeping children off the stage and out of the backstage area. Thank you, and enjoy our production of The Merchant of Venice.
I know not why I am so sad. It wearies me, you say it wearies you, but how I caught it, found it, or came by it, what stuff 'tis made of, whereof it is born I am to learn. And so to walk with sadness makes of me that I have much ado to know myself.
Your mind is tossing on the ocean. There, where your argosies with portly sail do overpeer the petty traffickers that curse through them. Do them reverence as they fly by with their woven wings.
Believe me, sir, had I such venture forth, the better part of my affection would be with my hopes abroad. I should still be plucking the grass to know where sits the wind, hiring in maps for piers and ports and roads, and every object that might make me fear misfortunes to my ventures, out of doubt would make me sad.
My wind cooling my brow, blow me in a ague, when I thought what harm a wind too great might do at sea. Should I go to church and see a holy edifice of stone, and bethink me straight of dangerous rocks, which, touching on my gentle vessel side, would scatter all her spices on the stream, and fill the roaring waters with her silks, and even now worth this and now worth nothing? Shall I have the thought to think on this? Or shall I lack the thought to think that such a thing be chance would make me sad? But tell me not. I know Antonio is sad to think upon his merchandise.
Believe me, no. I thank my fortune for it. My ventures are not in one bottom trusted, nor to one place, nor is my whole estate upon the fortune of this present year. Therefore my merchandise makes me not sad.
Why then you are in love. Why? Not in love neither? Then let us say you are sad, because you are not married. And where it is easy for you to laugh and weep and say you are married, because you are not sad. Now by two-headed Janus. Nature hath framed strange fellows in her time, some that will evermore peep through their eyes and laugh like parrots at a bagpiper, another of her vinegar aspect, that they'll not show their teeth and wink smile, though never swear to just be laughable. your most noble kinsmen, Graziano and Lorenzo. Fare thee well. We leave you now in better company.
I would have stayed till I had made you marry if one of your friends had not prevented me.
Your worth is very dear in my regard. I think that your own business calls on you, and you embrace the occasion to depart.
Good morrow, my good lords.
Good signors both. When shall we laugh? Say, when? You grow exceeding strange. Must it be so?
We'll make our leisures to attend our hopes.
My lord Bassanio, since you have found Antonio, we too will leave you here. But at dinner time, I'm sure you have in mind where we must meet.
I will not fail you.
You look not well, Signor Antonio. You have too much respect upon the world. They lose it that you buy it with much care. Believe me, you are marvelously changed.
I hold the world but as the world, Graziano, a stage where every man must play a part, and mine a sad one.
Let me play the fool. With mirth and laughter let old wrinkles come. Let my liver rather heat with wine than my heart cool with mortifying groans. Why should a man, whose blood is warm within, sit like his grandsire, cut from alabaster, sleep when he wakes, and creep into the jaundice by being peevish? I do love thee, Antonio, and 'tis my love that speaks. There are certain sort of men whose visages do cream and mantle like a standing pond, and do a willful stillness entertain, with purpose to be dressed in an opinion of wisdom, gravity, and profound conceit, as who should say, I am so oracle, when I open my lips let no dog bark. Oh, my dear Antonio, I do know of these that therefore are only reputed wise for saying nothing, when I am very sure, if they should speak, would almost damn those ears which hearing them would call their brothers fools. Well, fish not with this melancholy bait, this fool gudgeon, this opinion. Come, good Lorenzo.
Well, we will leave you then, till dinner time. I must be one of these same dumb wise men, for Graziano never lets me speak.
Well, keep me company but 2 years more. Thou shalt not know the sound of thy own tongue.
Fare you well. I'll grow a talker for this year.
Thanks and faith, for silence is only commendable in a meat's tongue dry, and a maid not bendable.
Is that anything now?
Graziano speaks an infinite deal of nothing, more than any man in all Venice. His reasons are as 2 grains of wheat, hid in 2 bushels of chaff. You shall seek all day ere you find them, and when you find them, they're not worth the search.
Well, tell me now what lady is the same, to whom you swore secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of.
'Tis not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estates by something showing a more swelling court than my fate being grant continuance. Nor do I now make moan to be a bridge from such a noble race. But my chief care is to come fairly off from the great debts wherein my time something too prodigal hath left engaged. To you, Antonio, I owe the most in money and in love. And from your love I have a warranty to unburden all the plots and purposes, how to get clear of all the debts I owe.
I pray you, good Bassanio, let me know it. And if it still stand, as you yourself still do, within the eye of honor, be assured my purse, my person, my extremest means let all unlock to your gates.
I owe thee much, and like a willful youth, that which I owe is lost. But if you please to shoot another arrow in some way which you did shoot the first, I do not doubt, as I will watch the aim, or to find bolt, or bring your latter hazard back again, and thankfully rest then for the first.
Then do but say to me what I should do, that in your knowledge may by me be done, and I am pressed unto it. Therefore speak.
In Belmont is a lady, richly left, and she is fair, and fairer than that word of wondrous virtues. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair speechless messages. Her name is Portia. Nothing undervalued to Cato's daughter, Brutus's Portia, nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth. For the four winds blow in from every coast renowned suitors, and her sunny locks hang on her temples like a golden fleece, which makes her seat of Belmont, Colchis drawn, and many Jasons come in quest of her. O my Antonio, that I have the means to hold a rival place with one of them, I have a mind which pressages me such thrift, that I should question this be fortunate.
Thou knowest that all my fortune is at sea. Neither have I money nor commodity to raise the present sum. Therefore go forth. Try what my credit can in Venice do. That shall be racked, even to the uttermost, to the furnace piece, to Belmont, to fair Portia. Go presently inquire, and so will I. Where money is, and I no question make, to have it of my trust, or for my sake.
By my troth, Nerissa, my little body is a-weary of this great world.
You would be, sweet madam, if your miseries were in the same abundance as your good fortunes are. And yet, for aught I see, they are as sick that serveth with too much as they that starve with nothing. It is no mean happiness, therefore, to be seated with me. Superfluity comes sooner by wide cares, but competency lives longer.
Good sentences and well pronounced.
They would be better if well thought.
If to do were as easy as to know what were good to be done, then chapels had been churches, and poor men's cottages princes' palaces. It is a good divine that follows his own instruction. I myself can easier teach 20 what were good to be done, than to be one of the 20 to follow mine own teaching. The brain may devise laws for the blood, but a hot temper bleaks or a cold degree. Such a hair is madness to you, to skip o'er the meshes of good counsel the cripple. But such reasoning is not in the fashion to choose me a husband. Oh me, the word choose! For I can neither choose who I love, nor refuse who I dislike. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father. Is it not hard, Nerissa, that I cannot choose one, nor refuse none?
Your father was ever virtuous, and holy men at their death have good inspirations. Therefore, the lottery he hath devised is these 3 chests of gold, silver, and lead, whereof who chooses his meaning, chooses you, will no doubt never be chosen by any rightly, but by one whom you shall rightly love. But tell me what warmth is there in your affections towards any of these princely suitors which are already come?
I pray thou namest them, and as thou namest them, I will describe them, and according to my description, level as to my affection.
First, there is the Count of Palatine.
Aye, that's a colt indeed, for he doth nothing but talk of his horse, and he makes it a great appropriation to his own good parts, that he can shew him himself. I am much afeard my lady, his mother, played false with a smith.
Then there is the Neapolitan prince.
Aye, he doth nothing but frown, as you should say, and he will not have me choose. He hears merry tales and smiles not. I fear he will prove the weeping philosopher when he grows old, being so full of unmanly sadness in his youth. I had rather be married to a death's head with a bone in his mouth than to either of these. God defend me from these 2.
And how say you my French lord, Monsieur le Bon?
God made him, and therefore let him pass for a man. In truth, I know it is a sin to be a mocker, but why, he hath a better horse than the Neapolitans, a better bad habit of frowning than the Count Palatine. He is every man in no man. If a throstle sings, he falls straight to capering. He will fence with his own shadow, I would forgive him. For if he loved me to madness, I will never requite him.
And what say you then to Falconbridge, the young Baron of England?
You know I say nothing to him, for he understands not me, nor I him. He hath neither Latin, nor French, nor Italian. And you will come into the court and swear I have a poor penny's worth in the English. He is a proper man's picture, but alas, who can converse with a dumb show? And how oddly he is suited. I think he bought his doublets in Italy, his round toes in France, his bonnet in Germany, and his behavior everywhere.
And how like you, the young German, the Duke of Saxony's nephew?
Very vilely in the morning, when he is sober, and most vilely in the afternoon, when he is drunk. When he is best, he is a little worse than a man, and when he is worst, he is a little better than a beast. And the worst fall that's ever fell, I hope I shall make shift to go without him.
And if you should offer to choose, and to choose the right casket, should you refuse to perform your father's will, should you refuse to accept him?
Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee send a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket. For if the devil be within, and that temptation without, I know he will choose it. I will do anything, Nerissa, ere I be married to a sponge.
You need not fear, lady, the having of any of these lords. They have acquainted me with their determinations, which are indeed to return home, and to trouble you with no more suit, unless you may be won by some other means than your father's imposition depending on the caskets.
If I live to be as old as Sibylla, I will die as chaste as Diana, unless I am obtained by the manner of my father's will. I am glad this parcel of wooers are so reasonable, for there is not one among them but I dote on his very absence. And I pray God grant them a fair departure.
Do you not remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian, a scholar and a soldier, who came hither in the company of the Marquis of Montserrat?
Yes, yes, it was Bassanio, as I think so was he called.
True, madam. He, of all the men that ever my foolish eyes looked upon, was the most deserving of a fair lady.
I remember him well, and I remember him worthy of thy praise. How now? What's news?
The four strangers seek you, madam, to take their leave. And there is a forerunner come from within, the Prince of Morocco, who brings word the prince's master will be here tonight.
If I could bid the fifth welcome with so good heart as I bid the other four farewell, I should be glad of his approach. Sirrah, go before. Come, Nerissa. Well, as we shut the gates upon one wooer, another knocks at the door.
$3,000.
Isaac, for 3 months,
For 3 months, well,
on which, as I told you, Antonio shall be bound.
Antonio shall become bound. Well,
May it pleasure me? Will you stead me? Shall I know your answer?
Antonio is a good man.
Have you heard any imputation to the contrary?
Oh, no. My meaning in saying he is a good man is to have you understand me that he is sufficient. And yet, his means are in supposition. He hath an argosy bound for Tripolis, another to the Indies. I understand, moreover, upon the Rialto, he hath a fourth for Mexico, a third for England, and other ventures he hath squandered abroad. But ships are but rulers, sailors but men. There be land rats and water rats, water thieves and land thieves. I mean pirates. And then there is the threats of waters, winds, and rocks. I think I may take his ball.
Be assured, you may.
I will be assured I may. And that I may be assured I will defeat you. May I speak with Signor Antonio?
If it please you to dine with me.
Yes, to smell pork. to eat of the habitation which your prophet the Nazarite conjured the devil into. I will abide with you, walk with you, talk with you, sell with you, and so following. But I will not eat with you, drink with you, nor pray with you. What news on Rialto? Who is he who comes here?
This is Senior Antonio.
I like a fawning publican he looks. I hate him for he's a Christian, but more for that in low simplicity he lends out money gratis and brings down the rate of usage here with us in Venice. If I can catch him once upon the hip, I will feed that, the ancient grudge I bear him. He hates our sacred nation, and he rails, even where merchants most do congregate, on me, my bargains, and my well-worn thrift. Cursed be my tribe if I forgive.
Shylock, do you hear?
I am debating of my present store, and by the mere guess of my memory, I cannot instantly raise up the gross of full 3,000 ducats. One of that, to a wealthy Hebrew of my tribe will furnish me. But stop, how many months do you desire? Rest you fair, good signor, your worship was the last man on mountains.
Shylock, albeit I neither lend, nor borrow by taking, nor by giving of interest, yet to supply the right wants of my friend, I'll break the custom. Is he yet possessed? How much you would?
3,000 ducats.
And for 3 months?
For 3 months I had forgotten. You had told me so. Well then, we're on. And let me see. Let's hear you. Methought you said you neither lend nor borrow upon advantage.
I do never use it.
When Jacob grazed his uncle Laban's sheep, this Jacob from our holy Abram was, as his wise mother wrought on his behalf, the third possessor. I, he was the third.
And what of him? Did he take interest?
No, not take interest, not as you would say, directly interest. Mark what Jacob did. When Laban and himself were compromised, that all the evenings which were streaked or high should fall as Jacob's hire, the ewes being rank in end of autumn turned to the rams, and when the work of generation was between these woolly breeders in the act, the skillful shepherd piled me certain wands, and in the doing of the deed of kind, he stuck them up before the wholesome ewes, who then conceiving did, in evening time, fall party-colored lambs, and those were Jacob's. This was a way to thrive, and he was blessed, and thrift is blessing if men steal not.
This was a venture, sir, that Jacob served for, a thing not in his power to bring to pass, but swayed and fashioned by the hand of heaven. Was this inserted to make interest good, or is your gold and silver ewes and rams?
I cannot tell. I make it breathe as fast. But no need, Signor.
Mark you this, Bassanio. The devil can cite scripture for his purpose. An evil soul producing holy witness is like a villain with a smiling cheek. A goodly apple rotten at the heart. Oh, what a goodly outside falsehood hath.
3,000 ducats. 'Tis a good round sum. 3 months from 12, and let me see the rate.
Well, Shylock, shall we be beholden to you?
Signor Antonio, many a time and oft in the Rialto, you have rated me about my monies and my usances. Still, have I borne a patient shrug, for sufferance is the badge of all our tribe. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spat upon my Jewish gabardine, and all for use of that which is mine own. Well then, it now appears you need my help. Go to then, you come to me and you say, Shylock, we would have monies. You say so. You that did void your room upon my beard, and foot as you spurred a stranger cur over your threshold. Monies is your suit. What should I say to you? Should I not say, hath a dog money? Is it possible a cur can lend 3,000 ducats? Or shall I bend low and in a bondsman's key with bated breath and whispering humbleness say this, fair sir, you spat on me on Wednesday last. You spurned to such a day. Another time you called me dog, and for these courtesies I will lend you thus much money.
I am as like to call thee so again, to spit on thee again, to spurn thee too. If thou wilt lend this money, lend it not just to thy friends. For when did friendship take a brief for bare metal of his friend? But lend it rather to thine enemy, who if he break thou mayest with better face exact the penalty.
Why, look how you score. I would be friends with you, and have your love, forget the shames that you have stained me with, supply your present wants, and take no joy to view, since for my monies, and you'll not hear me. This is kind I offer.
This word kindness.
This kindness will I show. Go with me to an oak. Seal me there your single bond, and in a merry sport, if you repay me not on such a day, such sum or sums as are expressed in the condition, let the forfeiture be nominated for an equal pound of your fair flesh, to be cut off and to take in what part of your body pleaseth me.
Content in faith, I'll seal to such a bond and say
Oh,
there is
no.
much kindness in the Jew.
You shall not seal to such a bond for me. I'll rather dwell in my necessity.
Why, fear not, man, I will not forfeit it. Within these 2 months, of the month before this bond expires, I do expect a return of price 3 times the value of this bond.
O Father Abram, what these Christians are, whose own hard dealings teaches them to suspect the thoughts of others. Pray you tell me this, if he should break his day, what should I gain by the exaction of the forfeiture? A pound of man's flesh taken from a man is not so estimable, profitable neither as flesh of muttons, beefs, or goats. I say, to buy his favor, I extend this friendship. If he will take it, so. If not, adieu. And for my love, I pray you wrong me not.
Yes, Shylock. I will seal to this bond.
Then meet me forthwith at the notary's.
Hie thee, gentle Jew. The Hebrew will turn Christian. He grows kind.
I like not fair terms and a villain's mind.
In terms of choice, I am not solely led by nice direction of a maiden's eyes. Besides, the lottery of my destiny bars me the right of voluntary choosing. But if my father had not scanted me and hedged me by his wits to yield myself to his wife who wins me by that means I told you, then yourself, renowned prince, then stood as fair as any comer I have yet looked upon for my affection.
Even for that, I thank you. Therefore, I pray you lead me to the casket to try my fortune. By the scimitar that slew the Sultan, and a Persian prince that won 3 fields of Sultan Solomon, I will forestare the sternest eye that looked, outbrave the heart most daring, and all the earth. Pluck the young sucking cubs from the she-bear, yet mock the lion when he roars for prey. To win thee, lady.
You must take your chance, and I will not attempt to choose at all, or swear before you choose, if you choose wrong, never to speak to lady afterward in way of marriage. Therefore, be advised.
Nor will mine. Come, bring me unto my chance.
First, forward to the temple. After dinner, your hazard shall be made.
Good fortune, then, to make me blessed, or cursed among men.
rage is path. Beyond, says the fiend. Away, says the fiend. For the heavens rouse up a brave mind, says the fiend. And run! Well, my conscience, hanging about the neck of my heart, says very wisely to me, my honest friend Manslet, being an honest man's son, or rather, an honest woman's son, for indeed my father did something smack, something grow to eat at my taste. Well, my conscience says, Manslet, budge not, budge, says the fiend, budge not, says my conscience. Conscience, say I, ye counsel well. Fiend, say I, you counsel well. To be ruled by my conscience, I should stay to my master, for God bless the mark, is a kind of devil. And to run away from the Jew, I should be ruled by the fiend who, say that your reference is the devil himself. The fiend gives the more friendly counsel. I will run, fiend. My heels are at your commandment. I will run.
Master, I exhort you, I pray you, make it your way to Master Jews.
Oh, heavens, this is my truly begotten father, who, being more than sand blind, high brow blind, knows me not. I will try confusions with him.
Master, young gentlemen, I pray you, make it your way to Master Jews.
Turn up on your right hand at the next turning, but at the next turning, will fall on your left. The very next turning, turn of no hands, but turn down you directly to the Jew's house.
We got something to be on our way to hit. Can you tell me, does one Lancelot who dwell with him or not?
Talk you of young Master Lancelot? Mark me now, now will I raise the waters. Talk you of young Master Lancelot?
No, sir, but a poor man's son. It is father, though I say it is an honest, exceeding poor man, and God be thanked, well to live.
Well, let his father do what he will. We talk of young Master Lancelot.
Of Lancelot and peace of mastership.
Ergo, Master Lancelot. Not Master Lancelot, father, for the young gentleman is indeed deceased, or, as you would say, plain terms, gone to heaven.
Mary, God forbid! The boy of the Venice, not of my age, but Mary,
Do I look like a cudgel, or a holy post, a staff, or a prop? Do you know me, father?
Oh, okay, sir. I know you not.
Do you not know me, father?
I know you not. But can you tell me, is my son, God rest his soul, alive or dead?
Okay. If you had your eyes, you might fail to know it. It is a wise father that knows his own child. Well, old man, I will tell you news of your son. Give me your blessing. Truth will come to light. Murder cannot be his long. A man's son may, but in the end, truth will out.
Please, sir, stand up. I'm sure you are not Lancelot, my boy.
Pray you, I do not know what I should think of that. But I am Lancelot, your boy that was, your son that is, your child that shall be.
I cannot believe you are my son.
I know not what I shall think of that. But I am Lancelot, the Jew's man, and I am sure Marjorie, your wife, is my mother.
Her name is Marjorie indeed. I'd be sworn if thou art my son. Thou art my own flesh and blood. Worship might he be. What a beard hast thou got? Thou hast more hair on thy chin than none of my Phillips has on his tail.
It should seem, then, if that goblin's tail grows backward. I'm sure he has more hair of his tail than I have of my face when I last saw him.
Lord, help, what art thou changed? How do thou, my master, agree? I brought him a present. How agree you now?
Well, but for mine own part, as I have said
it that supper be ready by the farthest of 5 o'clock. See these letters delivered, put the liveries to making, and desire Gratiano coming on to my lodging.
To him, Father.
God bless your worship.
Gramercy, wouldst thou offer me?
Here's my son, sir, a poor boy.
Not a poor boy, sir, but the rich Jews man that would, sir, as my father shall specify.
He hath a great affection, sir, as one would say, to...
And the short and the long is, I serve the Jew, and have a desire, as my father shall specify.
His master and he, who say for your worship prayers, are scarce catered husbands.
To be the very truth is that the Jew, having done me wrong, doth cause me, as my father being, I hope, an old man, shall fruitify unto you.
I have your bishop does that I would bestow upon your worship, and my suit is...
In the very truth, the suit is impertinent to myself, as your worship shall know by this honest old man, who know I say it so, old man, yes, poor man, my father.
One speak for both. What would you?
Serve you, sir.
That is the very defect of the matter, sir.
I know thee well. Thou hast obtained thy suit. Shylock, thy master, hath spoken to me this day, and hath preferred thee, if it be preferment to leave a rich Jew's service, to become the follower of so poor a gentleman.
The old proverb is very well parted between my master Shylock and you, sir. You have the grace of God, sir, and he hath enough.
Thou speakest it well. Go, father, with thy son. Take leave with thine old master, and inquire my lodging. Keep the delivery more guarded than his fellows. See it done.
Father, I cannot be of service. No, I have narrow tongue in my head. Well, if any man in Italy have a fairer tale which doth offer to swear upon a book, I shall have good fortune to go to. Here's a simple line of life. Here's a small trifle of wives, alas, 15 wives is nothing. 11 widows and 9 maids is a simple coming in for one man. And then, to escape drowning, Christ heirs to be in peril of my life with the edge. Oh. Here are simple escapes. Well, if fortune be a woman, she's a good wench for this here. Father, come, I'll take my leave of you in twinkling.
I pray thee, good Leonardo. I pray thee, good Leonardo, think on this. These things, being bought and orderly bestowed, return in haste. For I do feast tonight, my best esteemed acquaintance. I do go.
My best endeavors shall be done herein.
Where is thy master?
Yonder, sir, he walks.
Oh, Lord Bassanio!
Gratiano,
I have suit to you.
you have obtained it.
You must not deny me. I must go with you to Belmont.
Why then you must. But, hear me, Gratiano. Thou art too wild, too rude and bold of voice. Parts that become thee happily enough, and in such eyes as ours appear not false. But where thou art not known, why there they show something too liberal. I pray thee, take pains to allay with some cold drops of modesty thy skipping spirits, lest through thy wild behavior I be misconstrued in the place I go to and lose my hopes.
My Lord Bassanio, hear me. If I do not put on a sober habit, talk with respect, swear but now and then, wear prayer books in my pocket, look demurely, nay, more, while grace is saying, would mine eyes thus with my hand, sigh and say, amen. Use every observance of civility as one who loves sad austin to please his grandeur. Never trust me more.
Well, we shall see your bearing.
Nay, but I bar tonight. You shall not gauge me by what we do tonight.
Nay, now we're pity. I would entreat thee, rather put on thy boldest suit of mirth, for we have friends that purpose merriment, but fare thee well, I ask for business.
And I must to Lorenzo and the rest, but we will visit you at supper time.
supper shalt thou see Lorenzo, who is thy new master's guest. Give him this letter, but do it secretly. And so farewell. I would not have my father see me and talk with thee.
Adieu. Tears exhibits my tongue, most beautiful, vague, and most sweet Jew. If a Christian, do not play the name gifting, I am much deceived. But adieu, these foolish drops of something brown like mud, spirit. Adieu!
Farewell, good Lancelot. Alack, what heinous sin it is in me to be ashamed to be my father's child. Though I am a daughter to his blood, I am not to his manners. O Lorenzo, if thou keep promise, I shall end this strife, become a Christian and thy loving wife.
Nay, you will slink away at supper time, disguise us at my lodging, and return all within an hour.
We have not made good preparation. We have not spoke as yet torchbearers.
'Tis vile in my mind, unless it may be quaintly ordered.
'Tis now but 4 o'clock. We have 2 hours to furnish us. Friend Lancelot, what's the news?
And it shall please you to break up this, it shall seem to signify.
I know the hand. In faith, 'tis the fair hand. And whiter the paper it writ, is the fair hand that it writ on.
Love, news, in faith.
By your leave, sir.
Whither goest thou?
Marry, sir, to bid my old master, the Jew, to sup tonight with my new master, the Christian.
Hold here. Take this. Tell gentle Jessica, I will not fail her. Speak it privately. Go on, gentlemen. Will you now prepare yourselves for this mask tonight? For I have provided a torchbearer.
I'm married. I'll be gone about it straight.
And so will I.
Meet me and Graziano at Graziano's lodging some hour hence.
'Tis good we do so.
Was not this letter from fair Jessica?
I must needs tell thee all. She hath directed. How am I to take it from her father's house? With what gold and jewels she is furnished with what page's suit she hath in readiness. If e'er her father should go to heaven, it shall be for gentle Jessica's sake. And ere misfortune never touch her foot, unless it's under this excuse, that she is issued to a faithless Jew. Come, go with me, pursue me as thou goest. Fair Jessica shall be my torchbearer.
Well, thou shalt see, thine eyes shall be thy judge, the difference of old Shylock and Bassanio. What, Jessica? Thou shalt not Dormanize as thou hast done with me. What, Jessica? And sleep and snore and rend apparel out. Why, Jessica, I said.
Or does it
Who
call?
bids thee call? I do not bid thee call.
Your worship wise was to tell me I could do nothing without bidding.
Call you, what is your will?
I am bid forth to supper, Jessica. There are my keys, but wherefore should I go? I am not bid for love. They flatter me. But yet, I'll go and hate to feed upon the prodigal Christian. Jessica, my girl, look to my house. I am right loath to go, for I did dream of money bags tonight.
And they have conspired together. I will not say you shall see a mask, but if you do, on Ash Wednesday this 4 years in the afternoon.
One of their masks. Hear you me, Jessica. Lock up my doors, and when you hear the drum and the vile squealing of the wry-necked fife, clamber not you up to the casements then, nor thrust your head into the public streets, to gaze on Christian fools with varnished faces. But stop up my house's ears, I mean my casements. Let not the sound of shallow foppery enter my sober house. By Jacob's staff, I swear I have no mind of feasting forth tonight, but I will go. Go you before me, Sierra. Say I will come.
I will go before, sir. Mistress, look out a window for all this. There will come a Christian lad, filthy bird, a Jew is his eye.
What says that fool of Hagar's offspring, huh?
Words for farewell, mistress. Nothing else.
The patch is kind enough. A huge feeder. Snail slow in profit, and he sleeps by day more than the wildcat. Drones hide not with me, therefore I part with him, and part with him to one that I would have him help to waste his borrowed purse. Well, Jessica, go in. Perhaps I will return immediately. Do as I bid you. Shut doors after you. Fast climb, fast climb. A proverb never stale in thrifty mind.
Farewell. And if my fortune be not crossed, I have a father, you a daughter, lost.
Is this the penthouse in which Lorenzo desired us to make stand?
His hour is almost past.
And it is a marvel he outdwells his hour, for lovers never run before the clock.
Oh, 10 times faster beats his pigeons fly to seal love's bond new made, than they are wont to keep obliging favor forfeited.
That ever holds. Who rises from a feast with the same keen appetite he sits down? Where's the horse that doth untread his tedious measure with the same unbated fire he did pace in the first? All things that are...
Here comes Lorenzo, warn this hereafter.
Sweet friends, your patience for my long abode. Not I, but my affairs that have made you wait. When you shall choose to play the thieves for wives, I'll watch as long for you then. Approach. Here dwells my father to oppose. Who's within?
Who are you? Tell me for more certainty. Albeit I swear I do know your tongue.
Lorenzo, and thy love.
Lorenzo, certain in my love indeed, for whom I love so much. And now who knows but you, Lorenzo, whether I am yours?
Heaven and thy thoughts are witness that thou art.
Here, catch his casket. It is worth a prince. Glad this night you do not look upon me, for I am much ashamed of my exchange. But love is blind, and lovers cannot see the pretty follies that themselves do commit.
The scent, for you must be my torchbearer.
What? Must I hold a candle to my shames? They in themselves, good sooth, are too light. Why, 'tis an office of discovery, love, and I should be obscured.
So are you, sweet, even in the lonely garnish of a boy. But come at once, for the close night doth play the runway, for we are stayed at Bassanio's feast.
I will guard myself with some more ducats and be with you straight.
By my hood, a gentle and no Jew.
Beshrewing, for I love her heartily. For she is wise, if I can judge of her. And fair she is, that if mine eyes be true, and true she is, as she hath proved herself. And therefore, like herself, fair and wise and true, shall she be placed on my constant soul. What? Art thou come? On, gentlemen, away! Our master made for this time us to stay.
Who's there?
Signor Antonio?
Five, Roxana. Where are all the rest? No, Master Knight. The wind has come about. Bassanio presently will go aboard. I have sent 20 out to find you.
I am glad on't. I desire no more delight.
shall get what many men desire. The second, silver, which this promise carries. Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. The third, dull lead, with warning all is blunt. Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. How shall I know if I do choose the right?
The one of them contains my picture, Prince. If you choose that, then I'm yours with all.
Some God direct my judgment. Let me see. I'll survey the inscriptions back again. What says this leaden casket? Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. Must give for what? For lead? Hazard for lead. This casket threatens. Men that hazard all do it in hope of fair advantages. All then nor give nor hazard aught for lead. What says the silver with her virgin hue? Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. As much as he deserves. Pause there, Morocco, and weigh thy value with an even hand. If thou beest rated by thy estimation, thou dost deserve enough. And yet enough may not extend so far as to the lady. And yet, to be afeard of my own deserving were but a weak disabling of myself. As much as I deserve, why that's the lady. I do in birth deserve her, and in fortunes, in graces, and in qualities of breeding, but more than these, love I do deserve. What if I strayed no farther, but chose here? Let's see once more this saying graved in gold. Who chooseth me shall get what many men desire. Why not the lady? All the world desires her. From the four corners of the earth they come. One of these three contains her heavenly picture. Is it like that lead contains her? 'Twere damnation to think so base of thought. It were too gross to rip the third off in the obscure grave. Or shall I think in silver she's a mere, being 10 times undervalued to try gold? Oh, sinful thought! Never so rich a gem was set in worse than gold. They have in England a coin that bears the figure of an angel, stamped in gold, but that's been sculpted upon. But here, an angel in the golden bed lies all within. Deliver me the key. Here I do choose, and thrive I as I may.
There, take it, Prince, and my form lie there, and I am yours.
Oh, hell! What have we here? A carrion death. Within his empty eye, there is a written scroll. All read the writing. All that glisters is not gold. Often have you heard that told. Many a man is like that soul, but my outside to behold. Gilded tombs do worms enfold. Had you been as wise as gold, young and lived in judgment old, your answer had not been inscrolled. Fare you well, your suit is told. Hold indeed and labor lost. Then farewell, and welcome, cross, Portia, adieu. I am too grieved a heart to take tedious leave. Thus, loser's part.
A gentle riddance. Draw the curtains down.
as much as he deserves. I will assume desert. Give me a key for this. And instantly unlock my fortunes here.
Too long a pause for that which you find there.
What's here? The portrait of a blinking idiot handing me a schedule. I will read it. Oh, how unlike thou art to Portia! How unlike my hopes and my deservings! Who chooseth me shall have as much as he deserves. Did I deserve no more the fool's head? Is this my prize? Are these my deservings?
To offend and judge are distinct offices and of opposing natures.
What is here? Who chooseth me shall have as much as he deserves. The fire 7 times tried this, 7 times tried that judgment is that did never choose of this. Some there are that shadows kiss, such have but a shadow's bliss. There are fools alive to risk. Silvered are and so was this. Take what wife you will to bed. I will ever be your head. So be gone, you are sped. Still more fools do I appear by the time I linger here. With one fool's head I came to woo, but I go away with 2. Sweet, adieu. I'll keep my oath, patiently to bear my oath.
Thus hath the candle saved them all. Oh, these deliberate fools, when they do choose, they have the wisdom by their wit to lose. The ancient saying is no heresy. Hanging and lighting goes by destiny. Come, Nerissa, draw the curtain.
Where's my lady?
Here, what would my lord?
Madam, there is a lighted at your gate like young Venetian, one who comes before to signify the approaching of his lord, from whom he bringeth sensible rewards, gifts of rich value. I have not seen so like an ambassador above. A day in April never came so sweet, to show how costly summer was at hand, as this forest fir comes before his lord.
Enough, I pray thee. I am half afeard thou wilt say anon he is some kin to thee. Thou spend such high day wit in praising him. But come, come, Nerissa, for I long to see sweet Cupid's post, who comes so merry. Bassanio, Lord love, if I will it be.
Slumber not business for my sake, Bassanio, but stay to the very ripening of the time. And for the Jew's bond which he hath with me, let it not enter your mind of love. Be merry and enjoy keenest thoughts of courtship and such fair objects of love as shall conveniently become you there.
Let me say then then betimes the devil cross my prayer, for here he comes, the likeness of a Jew. How now, Shylock? What news among the merchants?
You knew, none so well as you, of my daughter's flight.
That's certain. I, for my part, knew the tailor that made the wings she flew withal.
And Shylock, for his own part, knew the bird was fledged. And then is the complexion of them all to leave the dam?
She is damned for it.
That's certain. If the devil may be her judge.
My own flesh and blood to rebel.
Our Lana, old Carrion, rebels at all these years?
I say my daughter is my flesh and blood.
There is more difference between your flesh and hers than there is between jet and ivory. More between your bloods than there is between red wine and reddish. But tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or no?
There I have another bad man, a bankrupt, a prodigal who dares here show his head on the Rialto, a beggar that was wont to come to me so smug upon the march. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to call me usurer. Let him look to his bond. He lent money for a Christian kersey. Let him look to his bond.
Why, I'm sure that if he forfeits, that will not take his flesh. What's that good for?
To bait fish. Withal, if it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me, and hindered me $500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, shorn my nation, thwarted my bargains, heeded my enemies, ruled my friends, and what's his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions, fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer Christian is? If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be by Christian example? Why, revenge, the villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it will go hard, but I will better the instruction.
Gentlemen, my master Antonio is at his house, and he desires to speak with you both.
We've been up and down in search for him.
Here comes another of his tribe. The third cannot be matched unless the devil himself should Jew.
How now, small? What news from General? Hast thou found my daughter?
I often came where I deserve her, but cannot find her.
Why, there, diamond gone! Cost me 2,000 in Frankfurt. The curse never fell upon our nation till now. I never felt it until now. 2,000 ducats in that, and other precious jewels. I would, my daughter, were dead at my foot and the jewels in her ear. Would my daughter were hearsed at my foot and the ducats in her coffin. No news, and why so? And I know not what spent in the search. Why thou lost upon loss, the thief gone with so much, and so much to find the thief, and no satisfaction, no revenge, nor no ill luck stirring, but what lights at my shoulders, no sighs, but at my breathing, and no tears, but at my shed.
Yes, other men have ill luck too. Antonio, as I heard in general,
What? Ill luck?
have been artist, passed away, coming from Turkey.
I thank God! Is it true?
I spoke with some of the singers that escaped the
I
rest.
thank thee, good Duval! Good news heard in Genoa.
Your daughter spent in Genoa, as I heard, one night, 4 ducats.
Thou stickest a dagger in me. I shall never see my gold again. 4 ducats it is to him. 4 ducats.
There came divers of Antonio's creditors in my company's Venice that swear he cannot choose but
I
pray.
am very glad of it. I will plague him. I will torture him. I am glad.
One of them showed me a ring that he had of your daughter for a moment.
Out upon her now, torturous me, Tubal. Sophia when I was a bachelor. I would not have given it for a wilderness of monkeys.
But Antonio is certainly undone.
Nay, that's true. That's very true. Go to ball. Feed me an officer. To speak him a fortnight before, I will have the heart of him if he forfeit. For were he out of Venice, I may make what merchandise I will. Go to ball and meet me in our synagogue. Go! Go to ball at our synagogue. Go!
So may the outward shows be least themselves. The world is still deceived with ornament. In law, what plea so tainted and corrupt, but being seasoned with a gracious voice obscures the show of evil? In religion, what damned air but some sober brow will bless it and approve it with a text? There is no vice so sinful, but assumes some mark of virtue on its outward parts. How many cowards, whose hearts are all as false as stairs of sand, wear yet upon their chins the beards of Hercules and frowning Mars, and these assume but valor's excrement to render them redounding. Look on beauty, and you shall see 'tis rendered by the weight, which therein works a miracle in nature, making them lightest that wear most of it. Thus ornament is but the guiled shore to a most dangerous sea, a beauteous scarf veiling an Indian beauty. In a word, the seeming truth which cunning times put on to entrap the wisest. Therefore, then, thou gaudy gold, hard proof for Midas, I will none of thee, nor none of thee, thou pale and common drudge between man and man. But thou be your lead, which rather threatenest than doth promise aught. Thy paleness moves me more than eloquence, and here choose I, joy be the consequence.
How all the other passions fleet to air, as doubtful thoughts and rash embrace despair, and shuddering fear, and green-eyed jealousy. Oh, love be moderate, allay thy ecstasy. In measure reign thy joy, scan this excess. I feel too much thy blessing, make it less, for fear I serve it.
What find I here? Fair Portia's counterfeit. What demigod hath come so near creation? Move these eyes, seem they in motion? Here are severed lips, parted with sugar breath. So sweet a bar should sunder such sweet friends. But her eyes, how could he see to do them? Having made one, methinks it should have power to steal both his, and leave itself unfurnished. But look how far the substance of my praise doth limp behind this shadow. So doth this shadow limp behind the substance. Here's the scroll, the consonant and summary of my fortune. You that choose not by the view, chance as fair and choose as true. Since this fortune falls to you, be content and seek no new. If you be well pleased with this, and hold your fortune for your bliss, turn you where your lady is, and claim her with a loving kiss. A gentle scroll, fair lady, by your leave, I come by note to give and to receive, like one of two contending in a prize, that thinks he hath done well in people's eyes, hearing applause and a universal shout, giddy in spirit, still gazing in a doubt whether those peals of praise be his or no. So, thrice fair lady, stand I even so, as doubtful whether what I see be true, until confirmed, signed, ratified by you.
You see me, Lord Bassan, where I stand. Though for myself alone, I would not be troubled to change myself, but for you, I would be troubled 20 times myself, 1,000 times more rich, 10,000 times more fair, that only to stand high in your account. I might be virtues, beauties, livings, friends, exceed account. The full sum of me is sum of something which, to terms engross, is an unlessoned girl, unschooled, unpracticed. Happy in this, she is not yet so old but she may learn. Happier than this, she is not yet so dull that she can learn. And happiest of all is that her gentle spirit gives itself to yours, to be directed, as by her Lord, her Governor, her King. Mine own and what is mine, to you and yours, is now converted. But now I was master of this fair mansion, queen over myself and lord of my servants, and even now, but now, this house, these servants, and this same myself are yours, my lords. I give them with this ring, which when thou part from, lose or give away, let it presage the ruin of your love, and be my vantage to exclaim on you.
Madam, you have bereft me of all words. Only my blood speaks to you in my veins, and there is such confusion in my powers as after some oration, fairly spoke by a beloved prince, there doth appear among the buzzing, pleased multitude, where every something turns to a wild of nothing, save of joy expressed and not expressed. But when this ring parts from this finger, then parts life from hence. O be then bold to save Bassanio's dead.
My lord and lady, it is now our time, and to have stood by and seen our wishes prosper, to cry, good joy, my lord and lady.
My lord Bassanio and my gentle lady, I wish you all the joy that one can wish, for I am sure you can wish none for me. And when your honors meet to solemnize, I beseech you, even at that time, I may be married too.
With all my heart, so thou canst get a wife.
I thank your lordship, for you have got me one. My eyes, my lord, can look as swift as yours. You saw the mistress, I beheld the maid. You loved, I loved. For intermission no more pertains to you, my lord, than me. Your fortune stood upon the caskets here, and so did mine if the matter falls. For wooing here, until my very roof was dry with oaths of love, at last, if promise last, I got the promise of this fair one here, to have her love, provided that your fortune achieved her mistress.
Is this true, Nerissa? It is. So you stand pleased with all.
And do you, Gratiano, mean good faith?
Aye, faith, my lord.
Our feast shall be much honored in your marriage.
We shall play with him, the first boy, for 1,000 ducats.
What? And stake down?
We shall ne'er win at that sport and stake down. But who comes here? Lorenzo and his infidel, and Salario, my good Venetian friend.
Lorenzo and Salario, welcome hither. If that the youth of my new interest here have power to bid thee welcome. Sweet Portia, by your leave, I bid my very friends and countrymen welcome.
So do I, my lord. They are entirely welcome.
I thank your honor for your pardon, my lord. My purpose was not to have seen you here, but to have met Salario by the way. He did entreat me past all saying nay to come with him along.
I did, my lord, and I have reason for it. Signor Antonio commends him to you.
Ere I open this letter, I pray you, tell me how my good friend doth.
Not sick, my lord, unless it be in mind, nor well unless in mind. His letter there will show you his estate.
Nerissa, cheery on, stranger. Salario, your hand. How doth the royal merchant Antonio? I know you will be glad of our fortune. We are Jasons, we have won the fleece.
I would you had won the fleece that he hath lost.
There are some strange contents in yon same paper that steals the color from Bassanio's cheek. A dear friend dead, else nothing in the world could so change the constitution of any constant man. But worse and worse, with leave, Bassanio, I am half yours, and must freely have the half of anything this same paper brings you.
Oh, sweet Portia, when I did first impart my love to you, I freely told you all the wealth I had ran in my veins. I was a gentleman, and then I told you true. And yet, rating myself at nothing, you shall see how much I was a braggart. When I told you my estate was nothing, I should then have told you that I was worse than nothing. For I had engaged myself to a dear friend, engaged my friend to his mere enemy to feed my means. Here is a letter, the paper as the body of my friend, and every word in it, a gaping wound issuing lifeblood. But is it true, Salario? Hath all his ventures failed? What? Not one hint? From Tripoli, Mexico, and England? From Lisbon, Barbary, and India? And not one vessel escaped the dreadful touch of merchant barren rocks?
Not one, my lord. Besides, it should appear that if he had the present money to discharge the Jew, he would not take it. Never did I know a creature that did bear the shape of man, so keen and greedy to confound a man. He plies the Duke at morning and at night, and doth impeach the freedom of the state if they deny him justice. 20 merchants, the Duke himself, and the Magnificos of greatest court have all persuaded with him, yet none can drive him from the envious plea of forfeiture of justice and his bond.
When I was with him, I heard him swear to Duval and to Chels, his countrymen, that he would rather have Antonio's flesh than 20 times the sum that he did owe him. I know, my lord, if law, authority, and power deny not. Will go hard on poor Antonio.
Is it your dear friend that is thus in trouble?
The dearest friend, the kindest man, the best conditioned and unwearied spirit in doing courtesies, and one in whom the ancient Roman honor more appears than any that draw breath in Italy.
What sum owes he the Jew?
For me, 3,000 ducats.
What, no more? Pay him 6,000 and to face the bond. Double 6,000 and then treble that. Before a friend of this description shall lose a hair from Bassanio's fault. But first, go with me to church and call me wife, for never shall you lie by Portia's side with an unquiet soul. And then away to Venice, to your friend. Then bring him along. You shall have gold to pay the petty debt 20 times over. My maid Marissa and myself, meanwhile, will live as maids and widows. But come, haste away, for you shall hence upon your wedding day bid your friends welcome, show a merry cheer. Since you are dear bought, I will love you, dear. But let me hear the letter of your friend.
Sweet Bassanio, my ships have all miscarried, my creditors grow cruel, my estate is very low, and my bond to the Jew is forfeit. And since in paying it, it is impossible I should live, all debts are cleared between you and I, if I might but see you at my death. Notwithstanding, use your pleasure. If your love do not persuade you to come, let not my letter.
Oh, love, dispatch all business and be gone.
Since I have your good leave to go away, I will make haste. But till I come again, no man shall e'er be guilty of my stay, nor rest be interposed betwixt us twain.
If it be denied, will much impeach to the justice of the state.
bearing thus the absence of your Lord. But if you knew to whom you show this honor, how fair a gentleman you sent to me, how dear a lover of my Lord your husband, I know you'd be prouder of the world and customary bounty to enforce you.
I never did repent for doing good, nor shall not now. Lorenzo, I commit into your hands the husbandry and manage of my house until my Lord's return. For my own part, I have toward heaven breathed a secret vow to live only in silent prayer and contemplation until my Lord's return, attended only by my maid Larissa here, until her husband and my Lord's return. There is a monastery 2 miles off, and there we will abide. I do desire you not to deny me this invocation, which my love and some necessity now lay before you.
Madam, with all my heart, I shall obey all fair commands.
My people do already know my mind, and will acknowledge you and Jessica in place of my Lord Bassanio and myself. Very well until we meet again.
Fair thoughts and happy hours attend us.
I wish your ladyship's all hearts content.
I thank you for your wish, and am well pleased to wish it back on you. Very well, Jessica. Now, Balthazar, as I have ever found thee honest true, so let me find thee still. Take this letter, and use thou all the endeavor of a man, and speed toward Padua. See thou render this into the hands of my cousin, Dr. Valario. Take what notes and garments he doth give you, and bring them with imagined speed unto the traject, to the common ferry which traits to Venice. Waste no time in words, but get thee gone. I'll be there before you. Better, I go with all convenient speed. Come, Larissa, for I have work in hand that you yet know not of. We'll see our husbands before they think of us. Shall they see us? They shall, Larissa, but in such habits that they shall think we are accomplishing with that we lack. Thou hold me any wager, when we are both accoutred like young men, I'll prove the prettier of the two, and wear my dagger with a graver grace, and speak between the change of man and boy with a reedy voice, and turn 2 mincing steps into a manly stride.
Why? Shall we turn to men?
Why, what a question is that? If thou wert your alluded interpreter. Come, I'll tell you all my whole device when we are in my coach, which waits for me at the park gate. Haste away, for we must measure 20 miles today.
I shall be saved by my husband. He hath made me a Christian. Truly, the more to blame he. We were Christians in our before, and as many as well lived one by another. This making of Christians will raise the price of hogs. If we grow all to be pork eaters, we shall not surely have a rasher on the bulls for money. I shall tell my husband Nexet what you say. Here he comes.
I shall approach shortly of you, jealous Lancelot. If thus is my wife in the corner.
Nay, you need not fear us, Lorenzo. Lancelot and I out. He tells me flatly there is no mercy for me in heaven, for I am a Jew's daughter. And he tells me that you are no good member of the Commonwealth, for in converting Jews to Christians, you raised the price of pork.
Now every fool in front of the world. I think that as grace and wit will shortly turn to silence, and he is for commendable and not only in appearance. Go in, Sirrah, and bid them prepare for dinner.
That is done, sir. They all have stomachs. The table is covered too, sir.
Covered,
No, sir, neither. I know my do.
yet more accordingly the occasion. Wilt thou show thy own welcome wit and instinct? I pray you understand a plain man in his plain meaning. Go with thy fellows, cover the table, serve it the meat, and we will be there for dinner.
For the table, sir, it shall be served clean. For the meat, sir, it shall be covered. We are coming in to dinner, sir, why? But to be as you resent, the seat shall govern.
Oh, dear discretion, how his words are suited. How curious thou, Jessica. And now, good sweet, say thy opinion. How dost thou like Lord Bassanio's wife?
Past all expressing, it is very meet the Lord Bassanio with an upright life, having such a blessing in his lady. He finds the joys of heaven here on earth, and if on earth he do not merit it, in reason he should never come to heaven. Why, if two gods should play some heavenly match, and on the wager lay 2 earthly women, and portion one,
There must be something else common with the other, for the poor rude world is not half her fellow.
Even such a husband as thou hast in me, as she is for a wife.
Nay, but ask my opinion too of that.
I will and not. Let us go to dinner.
Nay, but let me praise you while I have a stomach.
No, let us serve for table talk. How summers thou speakest among other things, I shall digest.
Well, I'll set you forth.
For thy 3,000 ducats, here is 6.
If every ducat in 6,000 ducats, were in 6 parts, and every part a ducat, I would not be robbed. I would have my ball.
How shalt thou hope for mercy, rendering thine?
What judgment shall I dread doing no wrong? The pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. 'Tis mine and I would have it. If you deny me fire upon your law, there is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer, shall I have it?
I may dismiss this court, unless Bellario, a learned doctor whom I have sent for, come here today.
My lord, here stays without messenger letters from the doctor, new come from Padua.
What, man? Courage yet. Good cheer, Antonio. The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones, and all, ere thou shalt lose for me one drop of blood.
I'm a tainted wether of the flock. Meat is for death. The weakest fruit drops earliest to the ground, and so let me. You cannot better be employed, Bassanio, than to live and write mine at the tap.
This letter from Bellario got from the learned doctor report. Where is he?
He attendeth your word by, so see your answer whether you'll admit it.
In the meantime, the court shall hear of the letter from the doctor. Your grace shall understand that at the preceptor I am seeking ill. I will not be able to make it into the court, though I have sent a doctor from Rome for my students, who is well acquainted with the court ethics and rules. When you from Bellario?
I did, my lord.
You're welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference that holds us within the court today?
I'm thoroughly informed of the cause. Which is the merchant and which the Jew?
Antonio and old Shylock, both stand for it.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
Of a strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such rule that the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand in his danger, do you not?
Aye, so he says.
And do you confess the bond?
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful.
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not strange. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. It is mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throne and monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows force and temporal power, the attributes to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of men. It is an attribute to God himself. And earthly power doth then show likeness to God's, when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and those same prayers doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoken thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which, if thou follows, this strict court of Venice must needs give sentence against the merchant there.
My deeds upon my head! I crave the law, the due and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Yes, here I tender it before him in court. Yea, twice the sum. If that will not suffice, I will be bound to pay it 10 times over, on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart. If that will not suffice, it must appear that malice bears down truth. And I beseech you, rest once the law to your authority. To do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will.
It cannot be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established. It will be recorded for a precedent, and many an error by the same example will rush into the court. It cannot be.
Daniel come to judgment, yea, Daniel. A wise young judge, how are you honored?
I pray you, let me look upon the bond.
Here 'tis, most reverend doctor, here it is.
Shiloh, there's thrice thy money offered.
An oath
pound of this merchant's flesh, to be by him cut off nearest his heart. Be merciful, Shylock. Take first thy money, bid me tear the bond.
When it is paid according to the manner, it doth appear you are a wise and upright judge. Your exposition hath been most sound. Therefore I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well-deserving pillar, proceed to judgment. I swear there is no power in the tongues of men to alter me. I stay here on my bond.
Most heartily I do beseech the court to give judgment.
Why then, thus it is. You must prepare your bosom for his knife.
No,
For the intent and purpose of the law have full relation to the penalty which here appeareth due upon the bond.
it is very true, O wise and upright judge. How much more elder thou art than thy looks.
Therefore, lay bare your bosom.
His breast. So saith the bond, doth it not, noble judge, nearest his heart. Those are the very words.
It is so. Are there balance here to weigh the flesh?
I have them ready.
Have by some surgeon, Shylock, on your charge, to stop his wounds lest he do bleed to death.
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed. What of that? 'Twere good you do so much for charity.
I cannot find it. It is not in the bond.
You, merchant, have you anything to say?
But little. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well. Grieve not that I am fallen to this for you. For here fortune shows herself more kind than is her custom. It is still her use to let the wretched man outlive his wealth, with hollowed eye and wrinkled brow, an age of poverty from which lingering penance of such misery doth she cut me off.
Antonio, I am married to a wife, which is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life. I would give all, I hazard all for your sake, going to curb this cruel devil of his will.
Your wife would give you little thanks for that, were she by to hear you make the offer.
I have a wife whom I confess I love. I would she were in heaven so that she might entreat some power to change this cursed Jew.
'Tis well you should offer it behind her back, though it should make all else in a quiet house.
These be the Christian husbands. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas have been her husband rather than a Christian? We trifle time, I pray thee, pursue sentence.
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is done. Court awards it, and the law allows it.
Oh, upright judge, oh excellent young man.
And it must be cut from off his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards
Oh,
it.
noble judge, said to judge!
A little. There is something else. This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. The words expressly are, a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond, take thy pound of flesh. But in the cutting it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and thy goods are, by the laws of Venice, confiscate unto the state of Venice.
Oh, upright judge, mark you, a learned judge!
Is that the law?
Thyself shall see the act, for as thou urgest justice, be assured, you shall receive justice more than thou desirest.
A learned judge, mark you, a learned judge!
I take this offer then. Pay me the bond price and let the Christian go.
Here's the money.
Soft, no haste. The Jew shall have nothing but the penalty. Therefore, prepare thee to cut off the flesh, which shed thou no blood, nor cut thou less nor more than just a pound of flesh. If thou takest less or more than a just pound, be it in so much as been light or heavy, in the substance or the division of the 20th part of one poor scruple nay, the scale do turn, but in the estimation of a hair, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscate.
A second Daniel, a Daniel. Now, infidel, I have thee on the hip.
Give me my principal and let me go.
I had it ready for me. Here it is.
He hath refused it in the open court. He shall have yearly justice and his bond.
A Daniel, still I say, a second Daniel. I thank thee, Jew, for teaching me that word.
Why doth you call? Take thy fortune.
Shall I not have merely my principle?
You shall have nothing but thy forfeiture. To be so taken at thy peril, Jew.
But then the devil give him good of it, I'll stay no longer.
Tarry, Jew. The law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice that if it be proved against an alien by indirect or direct attempts, he seek the life of any citizen, the party against which he doth contrive shall seize one half of his goods. The other half comes to the privy coffer of the state, and the offender's life lies in the mercy of the Duke against all other voice, in which predicament I say thou standest. For it appears by manifest proceeding that indirectly and directly too thou hast contrived against the very life of the defendant, and thou hast incurred the danger formerly by me rehearsed. Down therefore, and beg the mercy of the Duke.
Beg that thou mayest have leave to hang thyself, and yet thy goods being confiscate unto the state of Venice, thou hast not left the value of a cord. Therefore thou must be as hanged at the state's charge.
If thou wilt see the difference in our spirits, for half thy bezel is Antonio's, and the other half belongs to the state.
I for the state, not for Antonio.
Hey, you take my life, no, pardon not that. You take my house and you take the prop that doth sustain my house. You take my life and you take the means whereby I live.
What mercy can you render him, Antonio?
A halter grimes, nothing else for God's sake.
So please my lord the Duke, and all the court to quit the fine for one half of his goods. I am content, so he will let me have the other half in use, to render it upon his death, unto the gentleman that lately stole his daughter. Two things provided more, that for this court he do become a Christian. The other, that he do record a gift of all he does possess unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter Jessica.
You shall do this, or else I will camp the punishment I have late pronounced here.
Art thou contented, Jew? What dost thou say?
I am content.
Clerk, draw a deed of
I pray thee, give me leave to go from hence. I am not well. Send me the deed after, and I will sign it.
And be gone would do it.
In christening, thou shalt have 2 godfathers. Had I been judge, thou shouldst have had 10 more to bring thee to the gallows, not the font.
Sir, entry is bitter.
I humbly do desire your grace's pardon, but I must away this night toward Padua, and it is meet I presently set forth.
Antonio, verify this judgment, but I'm sure you are much bound to it.
Most worthy gentlemen, I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted of grievous penalties, in lieu whereof 3,000 ducats due unto the Jew, we freely cope your courteous pains withal.
And stand indebted, over and above, in love and service to you, evermore.
He is well paid and is well satisfied, and I, in delivering you, am satisfied, and therein do account myself well paid. My mind was never yet more mercenary. I pray you know me when we meet again. I wish you well, and so I take my leave.
Dear sir, of course, I must entreat you further. Take some remembrance of us, as a tribute, not as fee. Grant me 2 things, not to deny me, and to pardon me.
You press me far, and therefore I will yield. Give me your ring. Do not draw back your hand. I shall take no more, and you in love shall not deny me this.
This ring, good sir, alas, it is a trifle. I will not shame myself to give you this.
I shall have nothing else but only this, and now methinks I have a mind to it.
Dear sir, there's more depends on this than on the value. The dearest ring in all Venice I will give you, and find it out by proclamation. Only for this I pray you pardon me.
I see, sir, you are liberal in offers. You teach me first to beg, and now methinks you teach me how a beggar should be answered.
Dear sir, this ring was given me by my wife, and when she put it on, she made me vow that I should neither sell nor give nor lose it.
That excuse serves many men to save their gifts. And if your wife be not a mad woman, and not know how well I have deserved this, she would not hold out anything forever for giving it to me.
ring, and bring him, if thou canst, unto Antonio's house. Come, you and I will live the present, and in the morning early we will both fly toward Venice. Come, Antonio.
Fly the Jew's house out, give him his deed, and have him sign it. We'll await tonight, and be a day before our husband's home. This news will be well welcome to Lorenzo.
Fair sir! You are well ordained. My master Bassanio doth give you here this ring, and entreat you to dinner tonight.
That cannot be. His ring I do accept most thankfully, and so I pray you tell him. Furthermore, I pray you show my old Shylock's house.
That will I do.
Sir, I would speak with you. I'll see if I can get my husband's ring, which I will make him swear to keep forever.
Thou mayest, I warrant. We'll have old swearing that they did give the rings away to men, but we'll outface them and outswear them too. Away, make haste. Thou knowest where I will tarry.
Come, good sir, show me to his house.
outside on such a night as this, where the sweet wind did gently kiss the trees, and they did make no noise in such a night. Thrillless methinks, mounted on the Trojan walls, they sighed their souls over the Grecian tents, where a crescent lay the night.
In such night did this be fearfully or trip to do. Saw the lion air himself and ran dismayed away.
In such a night stood Dido with a willow in her hand, and with an unthrift love did give her love to Carthage.
In such night Dido gathered the enchanted herbs that did renew old Ison.
In such a night did Jessica steal from the wealthy Jew, and with an unthrift love did run from Venice as far as Belmont.
In such a night young Lorenzo swore he loved her well, stealing her soul with many vows of faith, and ne'er a true one.
In such a night did pretty Jessica, like a little shrew, slander her love, and he forgive it her.
I would have not you did nobody come. But hark, I hear the footing of a man.
Who goes there?
A friend.
A friend? Your name, I pray you, friend.
Stefano is my name, and I bring word my mistress will, before the break of day, be here at Belmont. She does stray about by holy crosses, where she kneels and prays for happy wedlock hours.
Who goes with her?
None but a holy hermit and her maid. I pray, is my master yet returned?
He is not, for we have not heard from him. But go we and Jessica, and ceremoniously let us prepare some welcome for the mistress of the house.
Sola! Sola! Did you see Master Lorenzo? Oh, Sola! Sola!
Who calls?
Sola! Did you see Master Lorenzo? Master Lorenzo! Sola! Sola!
Leave holy man here.
Sola! Where? Where?
Here.
Tell him there's a post come from my master with his horn full of good news. My master will be here ere morning, sweet soul.
Let's in, and they're expected coming. And yet, no matter. My friend Stefano signifies me within the house your mistress is at hand, and bring your music forth into the air. How sweet the wind that sleeps upon this bank. Here we will sit, and let the sounds of music creep into our ears. Soft, stillness, and the night become the touches of sweet singing. Sit, Jessica. Such harmony is in immortal souls. But while this muddy vesture of decay doth grossly close it in, we cannot hear it. Come home, and wake Diana with a hymn, and touch your mistress's ears with sweet music, and draw her from home.
I'm never married when I hear sweet music.
The reason is, your spirits are attentive, for do but note a wild and wanton bird, or graceful youth of unwanted birds. Mark the music.
That light we see is burning in my hall. How far the little candle throws its beams. So shines a good deed in a naughty world. When the moon shone, we did not see the candle. So doth the greater glory dim the less. A substitute shines as brightly as a king, until the king be by, and then his state empties itself, as doth an inland look into the main of waters. Music hard. It is your music, Madame. Of the house. Nothing is good without much respect. Methinks it sounds much sweeter than by day. Silence bestows that virtue on it, madam. The crow doth sing as sweetly as the lark when I was attended. And I think the nightingale, if she should sing by day when every goose is cackling, would be thought no better musician than the wren. How many things by seasons are, to their right praise and true perfection. Peace, how the moon sleeps swift and dimly, and would not be awake.
I know the voice, or am I much deceived of Portia?
He knows me as the blind man knows a cuckoo by the bad voice.
Welcome home, madame.
We have been praying for our husband's welfare, which speed we hope the better for our words. Are they returned?
They are not, Lord. Come before them as messengers, signify their coming.
Go in, Marissa. Give notice to my servants that they take no notice of our being absent hence, nor you, Lorenzo, nor you.
Madam, your husband is home, for I hear his laughter. Madam, there are no tall tales, fear you not.
This night, methinks, is but the daylight six. It is a little paler. It is a day such as a day is when the sun is hid.
We should hold day with the Antipodes if you would walk in absence of the sun.
Let me give light, but let me not be light. For a light wife doth make a heavy husband, and never be Bassanio so for me. But God towards all, you are welcome home, my lord.
I thank you, madam. Give welcome to my friend. This is the man. This is Antonio, to whom I am so infinitely bound.
You should in all sense be much bound to him, for as I hear, he was much bound to you.
No more than I am well acquitted of.
Sir, you are very welcome to our house.
I swear by yonder moon you do me wrong. I gave it to the judge's clerk when you were dealt that night for my part, since you do take it, love, so much at heart.
A quarrel home already? What's the matter?
About a hoop of gold, a culture ring that she did give me, whose posy was for all the world like Cutler's poetry upon a knife. Love me and leave me not.
You talked to me of the posy or the value. You swore to me when I did give it to you that you should wear it at the hour of your death, and that it should lie with you in your grave. If not for me, yet for your vehement oaths, you should have been respected and have kept it. Gave it to a judge's clerk? No! God is my judge. The clerk will never wear hairs on face that had it.
Ah, you will if you live to be a man.
I, if a woman lived to be a man.
Now by this hand, I gave it to a youth, a kind of boy, a little scrubbed boy, no higher than myself, the judge's clerk.
You were to blame.
As a fee.
I must
be my heart denied him.
I must be plain with you. Just part so slightly with your wife's first gift, a thing riveted with oaths unto your finger, and with faith unto your flesh. I gave my love a ring, and here he stands, and I dare be sworn he would not lose it, nor pluck it from his finger for all the will of the world, masters. Now in faith, Graziano, you are too unkind, and for to me, I should be mad at it.
Why, I were best to cut my left hand off, and swear I lost the ring defending it.
My Lord Bassanio gave his ring away unto the and indeed deserved it too. And then the clerk, who had taken some pains in writing, he begged mine, and neither man nor master would accept aught but the 2 rings.
What ring gave you, my lord? Not that, I hope, which you received of me.
If I could add a lie unto a fault, I would deny it. But you see, my hand hath not a ring upon it, it is gone.
Even so void is your false heart of truth. By heaven, I will never come into your bed until I see the ring.
Sweet Portia, if you did know to whom I gave the ring, if you did know for whom I gave the ring, and would conceive for what I gave the ring, when how unwillingly I left the ring, when naught would be accepted but the ring, you would abate the strength of your displeasure.
If you had known the virtue of the ring, or half her worthiness that gave the ring, or your own honor to contain the ring, you would not have parted with the ring. What man is there, if you had wanted to have defended it with any terms of seal, but lacked the modesty to urge up being held as ceremony? No, Nerissa teaches me what to believe. I'll die for some woman had the ring.
No, by my honor, madam, by my soul, no woman had it, but a civil doctor, the which did refuse 3,000 ducats of me, and begged the ring, the which I did deny him, and suffered him to go displeased away. What should I say, sweet lady? I was beset by shame and courtesy. My honor would not let ingratitude so much my spirit. Pardon me, good lady, but had you been there, I think you would have begged the ring of me to give the worthy doctor.
Let not that doctor e'er come near my house, since he hath got the jewel that I loved, and that which you did swear to keep for me. I'll become as liberal as you. I'll not deny him anything I have. No, not my body, nor my husband's bed. Watch me, my garments. Leave me not a night from home, if you do not. If I be left alone, by mine own honor, which is yet mine own, I'll have that doctor for my bedfellow.
And I, his clerk. Therefore be well advised how you do leave me to mine own protection.
Well, do you so. Let not me take him then, for if I do, I'll mar the young clerk's pen.
I am the unhappy subject of his quarrels.
Sir, grieve me not. You are welcome, notwithstanding.
Forgive me this enforced wrong. And in the hearing of these many friends, I swear to thee, even by thine own fair eyes, wherein I see myself.
Mark you with that. In each my eyes he doubly sees himself, in each eye one.
by my soul, I never more will break an oath with thee.
I once did lend my body for his wealth, which but for he had his husband's ring, had quite miscarried. I dare be bound again, my soul upon the forfeit, that your Lord will never break faith advisedly.
Then you shall be his surety. Give him this, and bid him keep it better than the last.
My Lord Bassanio, swear to keep this ring.
By heavens, it is the same I gave the doctor.
I had it of him. Pardon me, Bassanio, for by this ring the doctor lay with me.
And pardon me, gentle Graziano, but in lieu of this, scrubbing boy, that same clerk, last night, did lie.
This is like the mending of highways in summer, for the ways are fair enough. What, are we coupled ere we have deserved it?
Speak not so grossly. You are all amazed. Here is a letter. Read it at your leisure. It comes from Padua, from old Bellario. In it you shall find that Portia was the doctor, Nerissa here her clerk. Lorenzo here shall testify. We set forth as soon as you, and are even but now returned. We have not yet entered our house. Antonio, unseal this letter soon. In it you shall find that 3 of your argosies are richly come to harbor. You shall not know by what strange accident I chanced on this letter.
I am dumb.
Were you the doctor, and I knew you not? Were you the judge's clerk, that is, to make me coupled?
Aye, but the clerk that never means to do it, unless he live until he be a man.
Sweet doctor, you shall be my bedfellow. When I am absent, then lie with my wife.
Sweet lady, you have given me life and living. And here I read for certain that my ships are safely come to road.
How now, Lorenzo? My clerk doth have some good comforts too for you.
Aye, and I'll give them him without a fee. There do I give to you and Jessica, from the rich Jew, a special deed of gift, after his death, of all he dies possessed of.
Fair ladies, you drop manna in the way of starving people.
It is almost morning, and yet I am sure you are not satisfied of these events at full. But come inside, and charge us there upon interrogatories, and we will answer all things faithfully.
Let it be so. The first interrogatory mine Nerissa shall be sworn on is whether till the next night she had rather stay, or go to bed now, being 2 hours till day. But were it day, I should wish it dark, till I were couching with the doctor's clerk. Well, while I live, I'll fear no other thing, so sore as keeping safe Nerissa's ring.
how incredibly grateful we are, and words cannot express the amount of work and love that you've poured into our class. These past 3 years, it's crazy that it's over, but we love you so much, and thank you for everything that you